So following from last week's video where I finished off my sketchbook, I am now going to be doing a sketchbook tour where I'm going to be showing you the pages in my sketchbook and all the different art and sketches and little bits and pieces I've done in here. I'm really excited to show you guys what is in here, and I know you guys are as well, as I have had a lot of requests to make this video. So let's go and get started. So this sketchbook was a very basic one. I think it cost me about £7, so that was quite good, I think. The paper is alright, it's not the best, but it's also a lot thicker than some sketchbook paper, and you can use ink and watercolours with it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend using them all the time as it's not the best. As you can see, it is a sea white sketchbook, and I just bought this from my university shop. So this is the first page. I'm just covering this bit because it's got my phone number on it. I kind of just put the date I started it, which was January the 15th, and then I just kind of decorated it with a few little bits and pieces. And I actually did this in my starting a new sketchbook video. These pages I also did in the starting a new sketchbook page video. This one I just did some hedgehogs, and I think this is watercolour. And a bit of acrylic, and then this one's all acrylic with coloured pencil and biro. So this one is I think it's like an acrylic painting as well. I did a lot of acrylic paintings at the beginning of this sketchbook, and I really enjoyed doing it. So I did acrylic painting with that one. And this page is just acrylic paint watered down, and then I've just doodled it on top of it. I did a video where I painted on a vinyl record, and this is my sketches and my ideas for it. I didn't actually take any of these ideas really from it. I did take the idea of the flower like going across like that from it, but other than that, the actual record didn't look anything like these in the end. And this page was kind of like a little mood board and doodle thing for my final major project at university, and it was called The Star That Couldn't Shine, and this was kind of like a quick sketch to get an idea of the character and kind of like what kind of colour scheme I was going to go for, so I went for a lot of pink and yellow for it. And they've got a little bedroom design. It was just a little bit of sketching just so I got to know the character a little bit better. This was done with the Artesia pens. Unfortunately, you can see it's got a bit wet up there, and the pens have run because they're basically like watercolour pens. This was going to be for a competition piece, and actually in the end I changed the competition piece a lot from this. But this is kind of what it started off as. It did actually turn out completely different to this, and I'll see if I can kind of find a picture and show you what it looks like here. This page got completely smudged. It was kind of just a plan of what was going to happen on each page for my book. And the same again there. And this was just some kind of sketching of what I wanted my character Sky's house to look like. And these are some more record doodles, and actually I did actually do these three, and you can see them I think in my final major project studio vlog if you want to go and check that out. This was just some more ideas of what I wanted a house to look like, and I think I kind of went for a mix between, I went mix between these two. I think the roof was like that, but it was more that coloured. Some more kind of character designs because I was considering changing it, and her bedroom as well. And again, I did do a kind of a mix of these two for the final piece. This is a sketch of Dan and Phil I did. You can see the final for this on my Instagram page. I painted these for my trying out gouache for the first time in a video a few months ago. And these were just some little doodles because I had just recently rediscovered my Primzacolor pencils, and I just wanted to practice using them. And this was another practice I did. I'm really happy with how this came out. I really like the bright colours and how I've shaded it and things. You can see there's actually a lot of blue to kind of add shadow, and there's a bit of purple in there as well. I don't know, I'm just really happy with how this came out, and I think that Primzacolors blend so well together, and this was a perfect example of, you know, being able to get it right and experimenting and learning how to use them. And this I kind of did a couple of doodles of some bunnies. I just wanted to kind of practice my style for drawing animals. I really love this double page spread in my sketchbook. I really like how it works together so well. So this was a little bunny I painted. I actually painted the background of this first, and then I painted the bunny over the top of it. But yeah, I really think he's cute, and actually I made a button design of him as well. As you can see, I did change the background colour, but that's only because it's so small and I wanted you to be able to see the bunny, so I thought it would be nice to have a contrasting colour. This page was done with gouache. Again, I hadn't really used it that much up until this point, but I'm really happy with how this came out, and I was kind of like experimenting a bit, so I used fine liner in there as well to go around her body, go around her outline, but I'm really happy with how this one did come out. And I feel like I want more of my pages to look like this in my next sketchbook, you know, having the side by side bright colours that just stand out. This was just a quick doodle pages, just drawing some girls, and this was just a plan for something I was doing at uni. And these were some rainbow birds. I found some artists on Instagram who took photos of birds and photoshopped them, and I did this inspired by him. And then following from that, I decided that I wanted to draw some more birds, so I drew these ones as well from images I found online. These ones were done with Prismacolor pencils, and this was done with watercolour, and then I went over the top with Prismacolor pencils because I wasn't that happy with how the watercolours came out with this paper, so I went over it and worked into it a little bit. This is some more Prismacolor pencils, and this again, this was acrylic paint with biro and colour pencils. I just did some doodles of dogs. I think my favourite dog's definitely that one. I'm not so sure about the others and I don't like them that much, but I'm really happy with that one. And I actually included these in my video. And yes, this is the video I did. I drew this for a sketchbook session a few months ago. And this was my using all my pink art supplies challenge video. So here I used my Winsor & Newton inks to make this kind of background, and then I think it might have been a mix of watercolour and ink for the penguin, but I'm not entirely sure. This page was just me practicing and getting used to the Winsor & Newton inks because I hadn't really used them before, so I wanted to get to know them better. Some just more random sketches. I kind of want to avoid pages like this in my next sketchbook, and if I do a page like this, I want to completely fill it. You can see there's lots of white gaps around the edges. I just want this page to be absolutely filled. So this was another Winsor & Newton illustration. This one came out really well, but this one I just ruined it. It was just such a shame because I actually preferred the drawing of that girl to that one, but yeah, I ruined it, so I just coloured it in black. This was another Winsor & Newton ink drawing. I really like how this came out. Winsor & Newton inks don't work that well in this sketchbook, but it actually worked very well for this one. I am really happy with how this came out. And this is when I kind of started using washi tape to kind of make sharp, crisp lines like that. And then these are some cats I drew with Prismacolor pencils. I really like these, and I'm kind of tempted to turn that one and that one into like a sticker. Or maybe even this guy as well, and I could possibly make him into a pin badge maybe. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should make something like that. And some sloth doodles, and some more girls on biro and acrylic. And then there were my sketches for my space cat video, and this is the cat painted with gouache. There's a speed paint of this up somewhere. And this was a character design for a character for something that I'm not doing right at the moment, but I've got a really good idea for something, and I'm saving this design for it. I think what I'm going to do is I really like her outfit. I'm going to use her outfit and her kind of face, but with her nose and her eyes, and might change the hair a bit, but otherwise I think she's really cute, and I'm really happy with how she came out. And there was like some, you know, other ideas for outfits and character designs there. So I did a speed paint for this, well, speed draw for this. This is actually mixed media. It's done with Prismacolor pencils. I think there's a bit of watercolour in there, fine liners. So it's a whole mixture of stuff. And this one again is mixed media. There's biro, watercolour, or maybe ink, I'm not entirely sure, and Primzacolors. For this one I was kind of experimenting more with shapes. So once I'd drawn these girls, I then went over and used washi tape and kind of made these squares and painted around them, just to experiment and make it look a bit interesting. This I kind of wanted to do more scenes and more backgrounds. I mean, it's not particularly exciting, or there's not really anything going on, but I just wanted to draw some mushrooms and play around with a mixed media a little bit more because I really enjoyed doing it in this previous one of the girl reading the book. So here I was just practicing drawing faces. I'm not very good at drawing people from the side, so I was kind of trying to practice there a little bit. That's one thing I do need to work on a bit more, because I'm not that great and I do tend to avoid drawing people from awkward angles like that. There's some hand practice, and I did draw some guys. I really like this one, and I'm not so sure about this one. His mouth and his jaw look funny, I don't know. But I am really happy with this one, and I like how this one came out. This was another mixed media one. I think there was watercolor, colored pencils, and maybe something else in there. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is a mixed media portrait, and I'm really happy with how this one came out as well. That was done with erasable color pencils. So I've drawn some hamsters there. Unfortunately, you can see that this blue hair has rubbed off onto this page a little bit, but I have actually got a scan of this, so I could actually do something with this because I really like the hamsters, and I think it'd be cute to maybe make into something, maybe a small print or something, I'm not sure, but I really like it. This girl was another mixed media one. I'm not actually that happy with how her face turned out, and in the end I did actually Photoshop it before I put it on Instagram. But yeah, I think the Photoshop one's a lot better than this one. I didn't actually finish this page, which I probably should have done, but I was just a little bored of doing it. And you know, I got what I wanted out of it by drawing these two. These are actually drawn with erasable coloured pencil. And the background's acrylic paint, but the girls are actually painted with gouache. So this is my space caravan that I did for a speed paint a few months ago. Here I'm just doodling some hedgehogs. Probably less than a year ago I did actually draw this hedgehog using Copic markers, and it was really cute and sweet, and I kind of wanted to do something more with that. So here I was kind of just experimenting with ideas of what could possibly be a sticker pack. I'm not really sure that any of these are going to be in a sticker pack, but I definitely think the original, you know, I could explore that more and actually do something with it. I was really happy with this piece. Unfortunately, Winsor & Newton ink doesn't really take very well to this paper, especially the colours. But I am really happy with how it came out, and I just love this gold. I did find while I was doing this that the ink tended to bleed a lot into each other, and it was just kind of a bit of a mess. But because it's underwater, I definitely think it works, and it gives it a kind of weird textured effect. This was just some ideas and sketches for my Adobe video. Here I was just playing around with different colours, different ideas, just thumbnail sketches and things. And this I actually did digitally. I scanned it in and I coloured it in digitally. But again, I have wasted a lot of white space here, and I wish I had filled up more of it. So a couple of months ago I did a video where I filled a whole spread with girls. You can go check that out. It's 10 minutes long, but I talk about my process of drawing and you know, practicing. So you should go watch that if you want to know how I do things like this. So some of these I really love. This girl here I actually scanned in and coloured in digitally using Photoshop. And I kind of want to do it to a couple of the other ones as well. Maybe her, and maybe her as well, and possibly her. I'm not quite sure how I feel about her legs though, but I really like her face and her baggy t-shirt. So for this one I was just messing around with Artesia pens again. You can kind of see it has blurred a little bit, but I think that's more about the sketchbook than the pens themselves. Here I was just kind of doodling some elephants, and I really think they're really cute and I do like them a lot. But I definitely want to do more animals in my next sketchbook. So this page I filled in, you know, I was just doodling and I was just drawing girls I found online, and I kind of went for a bit of a colour scheme, as you can see here. And yeah, I decorate with washi tape, and I actually like how this is presented, and I kind of want to do more pages like this, as I have filled pretty much all the space. And the page itself is kind of like an art piece on its own as well, a little bit. So I definitely want to do more like this in my next sketchbook. So this was for uni. We had to, you know, illustrate how we came to uni, and it was literal. We had to actually literally illustrate how we came. So I included, you know, driving down in the car back to Coventry. We've got Lady Godiva and Coventry Cathedral there. These were just some sketches for this, which I did for my Inktober video. And these were some other Inktovers as well. I actually coloured that in a different sketchbook, but the sketch was is still here. And that one as well I uploaded to Instagram too. And here are some hedgehogs I did with inks as well. I really think some of them were cute, and I definitely think I could possibly make them into stickers. Like if I copied that and scanned it in and photoshopped it, I could possibly make that into a little sticker, and the same for this little guy here. This was another page I did for my Inktober videos. You can go watch that on my channel as well. And the same for this one too. So over on Instagram I drew 2 of my followers, and I'm actually doing commissions right now, so if you want to go and follow me on Instagram, there should be a story highlight where there's more information about commissioning me if you're interested. And there's another Inktober. I really like how this page came out, and I think this is probably one of my favourite ones. I think this one and the tree, actually. I really do like the tree. But I'm just happy how the colours came out, and my sketchbook actually cooperated with this. So maybe it's a little bit of me needing more practice when using inks. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. This is such a waste. I should have just done this in some other scrap sketchbook or something, because this was me showing how I used pen and ink for my video, and then this is the completed piece for it, which I really like this, and I'm happy with how this came out. I just need to use my space better and fill that up. I think another thing I need to do is, as you can see with this piece, it's not in the middle. I wish I could move the house down from there and move it down a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I'm happy with this one. So this was some doodles and ideas for a painting I'm currently working on. This painting isn't done yet, but I can show you the process I have made so far. Yeah, this is kind of what it currently looks like. I'm really happy with how this came out. This was a erasable coloured pencil with biro, and then I kind of just went over it and added a bit more shading with the pencil. And I don't know, I just really think it's really nice, the little freckles and everything, and I love how I've done her hair. And I definitely want to kind of do more things like this, I think, in my next sketchbook. So these were the last 2 pages I did, and I actually did them in my finishing a sketchbook video from last week. So you should go check that out if you want to see me paint this and talk about my goals for my next sketchbook. And yeah, there was just one last page left, but you can't really see it here, but the black of this rubbed off, so it's all dirty and disgusting, so I've just left that blank. So thank you so much for watching my first ever sketchbook tour. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've liked looking through my art and seeing how I use my sketchbooks. Last week I did say my goals of what I wanted to complete in this one, so you should go check that out if you haven't already, and there's going to be a link in the description below to all of my sketchbook session videos, so you can see me fill up this sketchbook over the last few months. If there's anything that you saw in here that you think would be good on, I don't know, any kind of prints, keyrings, stickers, anything like that, let me know in the comments below, and I might even consider making it, because I am looking into starting an Etsy shop at some point in the next, probably in the next year, maybe 6 months or so. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm definitely looking into selling some of my art. So if there's anything you've seen and would be interested to own, let me know in the comments below, and I might, you know, take that in consideration and make it a real thing. I upload videos every single Saturday, so if you want to be notified when my next video is up, make sure you've hit that subscribe button and the bell button to be the first to be notified when I next upload. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well, as it really helps me out and it shows me that you like the content I'm making, and I will try and make more videos like this in the future. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!